the people, 90.3 FM. Okay, maybe I should say super mega super. But we are just your, favorite station here in Lagos, everyone. Good afternoon to you. And of course, welcome on board, everyone. Your number one superstation, voice of the people, 90.3 FM. Welcome to Matters on this dial. Check your time right now, and let's just quickly run, okay? Today happens to be the what is today's date again, everyone? Do you know today's date? When were you born? Okay, today is 10:10. You remember those days in secondary school, in primary school? This game they call 10:10. 10:10. 10-10-2024 is a very, very great one, actually. 10-10-2024. Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. And I'm here because you're there. All right? Together, we will do this afternoon. But don't forget that we're streaming on all of our social media platforms to join us, and so we can have a beautiful one all together. Okay? Yeah. All right, today on the show, I know that a whole lot of persons, Nigerians have been talking about the fact that fuel has become something else. No one can actually buy fuel no more. Even if you have the little money to get fuel, the price of, the commodity is so very scarce. And so Nigerians have been screaming, shouting. Yesterday evening was something else. My ear won't burst. My ear won't. Oh God! Everyone was just complaining, especially, those who went to the office and then coming back, you come meet another thing. You go with one amount and come back with another amount. But it's okay. According to information, it's just to make things better. Actually, some persons will tell you, well, they don't remove subsidy completely. That right now there is no subsidy. But then some other persons will tell you there's been subsidy for a very, very long time. I don't know which one which one we should follow now. I don't know. But then I also want to say, look at the fact that an ex-national chair said something in an interview. He said that nobody, no man born of a woman can stop Tinubu in 2027. Beat your imagination, right? Yeah, that's what someone said. And in fact, I'm going to start today's conversation from there. And of course, what's his name? Amechi has come out to also say that he's angry. Why? Some Nigerians tell you, not today daybreak. Why are you angry? He said he's angry that Nigerians are not protesting against politicians. Really? And then there are so many issues here and there. Edwin Clark is also urging the CJ and Kekereakun to overhaul judiciary, and because he said that he's citing corruption in the system, overhaul the judiciary. Will that be possible? Even if it's physically done, what about the mental overhauling of ourselves as Nigerians? It's okay. We get all of these and more on Matters this beautiful afternoon. All right. In case you're just tuning in, like I said, my name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I want you to understand that we're streaming along. In all of our social media platforms, like I said, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Just go there and watch us live. Of course, get to YouTube. And of course, go to the search, comment section, and let's get your comments, your thoughts, your views, your opinion, your query, everything. Okay? Let's just get it together. And don't forget, our studio line is 0700 903 903 903. That's a studio line. 0700 903 903 903. That's a studio line. And then again, let me also mention the fact that our WhatsApp number is also open, for your messages. Okay, Just feel free and send me messages this afternoon. Okay? Yeah, thank you so very much, everyone. Okay, now let me get to introduce my guests quickly. I've got Chuka Adewale Chukudili, a man who gets two names. You know, he be Igbo, he be Yoruba. Maybe we'll give a Musa somewhere from the middle so that you could just represent everywhere. Good to have you join us in the studio again.
Thank you very much. Good to have you.
Yeah. Everyone, let's get talking. Let's get talking quickly. No time. A former national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Mazi Oku, has said that going by the kind of electoral management body that is currently in Nigeria, the current electoral management body that is currently in Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his re-election or his re-election victory in 2027 is a done deal. You know, he said that Tinubu, being a politician, is very, very adept in his political game and knows what to do to win his re-election bid. You know, he said that anybody who thinks that he would lose the 2027 election must just be dreaming. Must just be dreaming. And of course, you know, Nigerians right now are willing, seriously. I mean, in their minds, if they can wake up and not see this administration anymore, you know, I mean, it's a thing of joy for them. And then someone is coming out to say, well, let's just have it. Let's just take it that Tinubu is coming back in 2027. A whole lot of Nigerians have said that his policies are not right. His policies are not right. And so he should just, some will tell you, step down immediately. Some will tell you to do the right thing, you know, bring back subsidy, open borders, and all of these things. But then the fact remains that a whole lot of persons, not even this man, have said this man, Tinubu, will win the 2027 election. What do you think? I mean, you concur with these assertions? What is your opinion?
The mistake Nigerians made was allowing Tinubu to come into power in the first place in 2023. And I'm specifically going to blame two people in this case. I'm going to blame people and parties.
Okay.
I'm going to blame the PDP, and I'm going to blame Peter Obi and the Labour Party for allowing Tinubu to be president today.
How?
Because when you look at the political space in Nigeria before 2023, Nigerians were all tired of the APC and Buhari. Nigerians were all tired. Nigerians were just waiting for Buhari to complete its 8 years and go, and then let's come in with a new party. I mean, let's come in with different people, which was supposed to be the PDP. But the PDP got it all wrong right from the issue, when the issue of zoning began to come up, you know, and where they were going to zone their presidential tickets to, who was going to fly the flag of the party at the presidential elections. And then with Peter Obi also coming into the mix and feeling that, oh, he had a lot of popularity and he had the popularity votes on his side. You know, the PDP was the party was the party to beat in 2023 if the Labour Party had not come into the picture. PDP would have had our votes, you know, our complete votes intact. But then the Labour Party comes with Peter Obi and comes and splits the votes that should have gone for one party. Why the APC have their own, you know, their votes intact? It was a walkover for APC and Tinubu. Like I'm saying, the mistake happened in 2023. It shouldn't have happened. They should not. And that's why I'm putting the blame. That's why I'm going to blame Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and the PDP and Peter Obi as well. They should have sat down and calculated and looked at the future. We need to remove these guys from. These guys had made a mess of this country right from 2015 that they came into power. This is not the time to split votes. This is not the time to divide votes. 2023 was the best time to remove the APC from power. First and foremost, remove them from power first, and then you cannot start coming. You cannot start talking about, okay, yes, we are okay now. How do we go about rotating? How do we go about sharing power? But allowing Tinubu to come into power and become president in 2023, it's going to be very difficult for him to, especially when you have power of incumbency. And he's not a Jonathan who is meek and gentle and who was not ready to shed blood of anything. He let Tinubu will do his 8 years completely. It's going to be difficult for anybody. So even if the PDP and Peter will come back tomorrow and say, "Oh, we're going to form a merger with Conquest or everything," the mistake was 2023 was the best time they should have done that. That opportunity has gone. That ship has sailed. It's only going to be a miracle that will make Tinubu not be president after 2027.
It beats some person's imagination when you say that you blame Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and you also blame Peter Obi. If you actually understood what played out, I mean, before primaries, during and after primaries, how Peter Obi left the PDP, if you recall all of these, I mean, that's why I'm saying I still don't understand why you choose to blame these two guys. I want you to really elaborate on that.
They should have looked at the bigger picture. They should have put Nigerians into consideration. First, as in, because the issue. Okay, now we're all suffering it. We're all suffering. Everybody is suffering from. I mean, His Excellency Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu has barely spent 2 years in power, but everybody is feeling the heat right now. These are things that should have been put into consideration before their selfish interests came into play. You want to the mistake was, why split? Why divide the votes? To become president of Nigeria is not something that you just wake up overnight and because you're popular or because you feel you have popularity appeal, you just decide, oh, it's my turn, I want to become president. The issue that played out on the PDP as regards zoning and why Peter Obi was chased out of the party by Wike and his, it was Peter Obi should have, if I was him, well, I'm not him, but if I was him and if I was Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as well, I would have called him and said, hey, young man, let's see, this is the thing. We need to get these people out of power first. This is not the time to be splitting votes. This is not the time to be, okay, Peter Obi is still very young. What's the hurry for? You're still in your 60s. What was the hurry for? You could as well just stayed in your party, stayed in the PTP, the most viable party that would have given you that platform. At most, in 8 years, at most, in 8 years, you become president. You would have done your homework well. You would have gathered national appeal and national, around, you would have built your structure. You would have gotten enough in 8 years if you had, for instance, Atiku had run the same ticket he ran in 2019. Peter Obi, Atiku ticket. You would have built your capital base over time. And then 2020, in the next after 8 years, it's your turn. And then you can easily, to be like more or less a walkover for you. But then you felt that, they've hyped you on Twitter. They've hyped you. They say, you can do it. People like Aisha Yusufu, who just want to just come and just chop from wherever it's rosy, happy as, Excellency, you can do it. And then you come in and then you come out and then you come and split the votes that should have gone to one party. Nigeria is not a country where you have more than two.
Was it Peter Obi who had the vote splitted?
It was his party, Labour Party. If he had not left the PDP and stayed in the PDP would have gathered her votes. Even if a few people would have been they felt they would do what you call protest votes. Because power is not going to the south, we cannot allow another Fulani man to take over from another Fulani man. Yeah, some people definitely would not want to vote. There'll be protest votes. We all know that. But notwithstanding, the votes for the PDP would have still been intact, and it would have given them more chance. There's no way in this world, in this life, that PDP will be worse than the APC. We were buying a bag of rice for 8,000 under the PDPs for how many years they were in power? Nigerians were over pampered and felt that I need to be honest with you. At some point, I was part of the people who felt that PDP are very corrupt. We need to change. That was pre-2015. But I felt so stupid after less than 6 months after the 20. I felt very stupid. I was like, oh my God, I was used, man. We were used. They used the new media to finish us, to bamboozle and brainwash Nigerians, So it's really sad because Everybody's
I'm
crying.
sure you recalled what made Peter Obi leave the PDP.
It was a zoning issue of zoning, and he felt that he could not stand the heat. I mean, if I was, I mean, it was not even at, it was Wike who came up with the whole. You know, I was privy to all this, all the happenings, because I worked for a couple of all these guys, and I was part of most of the happenings. I was always around, and I was here. I was in meetings. I was in places whereby, you know, it was really, for me, Peter Obi leaving the PDP was like, until tomorrow I blame him. You know, I blame him, because he should have just taken it easy. What is the rush for? Let's remove these guys from power. For let the APC go out. Let them. You know.
Are you aware that Kwankwanso also left the party?
Kwakwanso just has one state under his belt with Kwakwasiya movement, and I don't really see Kwakwanso as somebody who had that political capital per se. Yeah, I don't really look at him. Yeah, he has Kano with how many million votes under his belt. Yeah, and after Kano, then what next? To be president of Nigeria, you need to be able to get to third. You know, you need to be able to gather to third of the votes. You know, and you need to have nationwide spread. You can't just say because you have one state under your belt. You know, so Kwakwanso I see him as somebody who is just there to ruffle feathers, and who is just there to scatter, to shake the basket, or what's the word for it? You know, he's not somebody who really has. Yeah, he really has that capital, political capital base as such. Yeah.
You know, one will wonder why you decide to come out this way, because if you recall what happened in 2019, we had an Atiku and Obi ticket. All right, these guys were in PDP comfortably, and let's look at what now played out that made all of these guys to go, you know, their different ways. Atiku remained in PDP, Peter Obi left to Labour Party, Kwankwanso to, you know, NNPP and all of that. So if you really want to blame someone, you know, I don't know, maybe you should blame the entire party, the PDP, not individual. Or would you want to say they are overambitious? Is that what you want to say?
I'm going to blame all of them, both the party, both the individuals. Who makes up the party is the individuals who make up the party. Yeah, it's the individuals who make up the party. So that's why I keep insisting, like His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and key stakeholders in the party should not have allowed Peter Obi to lead. Right now, the truth of the matter is, right now, Peter Obi is the first to be reckoned with in Nigeria. You cannot take that away from him. He came and he changed the status quo, but that still doesn't change anything. That still will not give you access to the presidency. That still will not make you president of Nigeria. If there is no collaboration, if there is no synergy with, you know, other parties, if there is no one sense of purpose, you still won't get there. If the same mistake that they made in 2023 is made in 2027, Alhaji Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will continue to be president, and we'll do an 8 years of APC under Tinubu. And I hope before the end of that 8 years, half of Nigerians are not malnourished and dying of starvation and poverty, and because at least this man does not have anything to offer us. That's just the truth of the matter. There's nothing. He had no plan. He had no mission coming into power. All he just knew was, it is our turn. Èmi ló kàn, our Yorùbá ló kàn. You know, it's our turn. Our Hausa people have done their 8 years. Now it's time for us to do, and that is it. And then gullible Nigerians, the gullible, tribalistic, ethnic, what's the word for it? Nigerians will follow that same, will throw that same path and say, our local, it is our turn, our Yoruba local. Not like it's going to benefit you in any way. But you're just happy that your brother, who is a Yoruba man, is in power, but then you're suffering. You see, we have a long way to go in this country. It's really sad, you know. And that's, I'll still say it again. With the way we are going, I don't think this man. He's an astute politician. He's somebody who has played his game over time, right from when he was governor of Lagos State till this moment. He's not a walkover politician. For him to have gotten to the peak of his career as a politician, it's going to be difficult for anybody to upset him, to take him off that seat at this point.
Do you think Yorubas, you know, you spoke of ethnicity, do you think Yorubas they still have that idea, that mentality that you just said, like this Awalokan mentality, like they are still happy that their man is still there, even with what is happening in the nation?
Yes. Are you sure? Go out to the streets now. You'll be surprised that you meet a lot of market women, illiterates, you know, not people who are not very educated. Those are the people that this guy's target, the politicians target, because every election cycle or maybe every whatever, they come and distribute bread, give them 2,000, give them, you know, they keep them them poor so as to leverage on their keep them poor to leverage on that, and then sell the tribal twist or mix to them that am I worry, it is us, we are the ones in power, make them keep believing that, oh, we're working for the benefit, for your benefit, but it's all a lie. It is all a lie. They're not working for anybody. They're only working for their own personal pockets. I feel Nigerians need to wake up. We need to wake up, especially if we want to rescue our country from these people, these guys who have been in power for years and who have messed this country, who have made the mess of this country. Nigeria is a country that should be doing very well. We're like the country everybody, all other African countries look up to. But where are we today? We're sleeping. Other African countries are making jest of us. They laugh at us. We used to be giants of Africa before, once upon a time. Well, we're no longer the only giant of Africa we are is in size right now. But if any of every other indices of development and what have you, other countries, African countries they've gone far. They've left us far back behind. We're lagging behind. We cannot. You go to work. I'm privileged to travel across different countries. And when I talk to people, when I tell them from Nigeria, they look at me and like, oh, you're from Nigeria. You see that expectation. But then at the same time, when you start talking about the politics and you start exchanging, and then you hear what they talk about when they talk about Nigeria, you just know that they had a lot of expectations for Nigeria, but where is Nigeria today? And what is the cause? What is the reason? The people. We the people. We've allowed ethnicity and religious sentiments to keep us where we are, and that is part of the things these our leaders have. That divide and rule whatever you bring in religion, you bring in ethnicity to divide the people. So that they cannot have one major goal and one major. So it's circle keeps repeating over and over and over. And with the way if we're not emancipated, if we're not liberated from such thinking, from such reasoning, we'll still remain like this, and it's just going to be a matter of we'll keep crying and keep crying and keep crying.
Okay, now some persons will say instead of blaming Peter Obi and the PDP, they will ask you to instead blame the likes of Wike. Then fast forward, blame INEC. Then fast forward, blame judiciary. Don't you think so? In this whole drama.
Well, I wouldn't say otherwise. But then it's more like looking. But then in this situation, blames are not blame game. It's not really what we need right now. What would have helped us? What's going to help us? What we need right now is, okay, what is the way forward? How are we going to get out of this mess that we're in right now? Yeah, the mistake of 2023 has happened. It has passed, and I really hope the key players in that election, the Peter Obis, the Atikus, the key players, they've learnt their lessons and they've seen that. Oh, Nigeria cannot move. We cannot. If we're going to come back, if we're going to be in power, we need to work together as a team. There needs to be an understanding. We cannot be. It's one man cannot make it. One man cannot win. One man cannot make it. One tree cannot make a forest. Or rather. So if the key players, if they can work together, I don't know. I don't see 2027 happening for them. If, like I said, if it happens, it's fine. Hallelujah, bless God. But then if it doesn't happen, they should work towards 2030, 2031, or when is the next 4 years after that, they should work towards that. Because to be honest with you, I see this man who is in power right now completing his 8 years. Yeah, see, we've barely done 2 years. Look at where we are. Look at how far. Look at this man took the price of fuel from 100 and something naira to 1,000 naira in about 18 months. We're experiencing double digits inflation. Inflation is like 30-something% right now. Just in less than 2 years. What happens after 4 years? And then trust me, after the 4 years, it's still going to come back. People are still going to vote for him. It's only going to go. It's going to share money. People will vote for him. And then in another 4 years, 8 years. Oh my God.
Let's look at the electoral body in Nigeria, INEC. Several Nigerians have been clamoring, change this system. In fact, change Mahmoud Yakubu, remove him, put another person. And then some will tell you, hey, even if you change the name, you've not changed the mindset. You've not changed, the mentality. You've not changed that corrupt nature of whoever is going to be there, because the person who is going to be there is going to dance to the tune of, the leader. What do you think? It's about changing Mahmoud Yakubu now before 2027. How do we overhaul the electoral system?
It's not about changing Mahmoud Yakubu. There was a report that was done was part of the Oronsanya committee report on INEC. The federal government needs to go. If we really been sincere, they need to go and look at that Oronsanya report. That they need to go and follow every recommendation that was made on that report. That is the number one. If that is not done, we just keep going. We're just going to keep going in circles and circles. So even if you change Mahmoud Yakubu today and you bring another person, it just doesn't change anything. The presidency is who appoints the chairman. You know, whoever you appoint is, the person is going to be loyal to you. So it has nothing to do with, if you like change Mahmoud Yakubu today, you bring another person. It doesn't go. It's whoever the person that put you will tell you, hey, this is what I want you to do. That's what you're going to do. So if we're going to get this, if we're going to get this right, we need to first look at that Oronsanya report that's been there gathering dust. You know, that is the report that is going to change this country. If they can bring out that report and implement that report from the beginning to the end, Jude, I must tell you that 2 years from now, if they can start that report today, Nigeria there's going to be a lot of changes. Changes are something that you see. They are feasible. They're not, what's the word for it? Something that things in the air. They're feasible. Changes are feasible. So Tinubu doing this, saying, "Oh, you're doing policies that we're not seeing anything. It's not affect. People are not seeing, and there's nothing to show. It's just your policies are just on paper, because you're missing the point. You're missing the point. You feel, oh, this is what I. But then the core issue that in that report or Oronsanya report. So I feel the government should go back and bring that report out and implement that report. That's the only time. That's the only time we're going to get away from where we are right now. If not, we're just going to keep going around in circles and circles and circles.
This same report was mentioned not recently, but all of a sudden the whole matter dropped again. You know, it looked as if it looked like, you know, the federal government wanted to do something as regards that report. You know, let's recall it, let's look at it critically, what needs to be changed. You know, when the president was talking about reducing the cost of governance, like Peter Obi also was saying. You know, but then all of a sudden the whole thing went down. And I want to ask, why is this report difficult to, you know, push forward? Why is everyone scared? Why is the federal government scared? You think someone is even scared of that report at all? You know, do you think the report might not favor the current administration? Is that why you think, you know, no one is even talking about the report yet?
See that report. If they implement the reports, the cost of governance, not the cost of governance is going to stop looking attractive. One of the reasons is governance will become something that is no longer attractive. But these people who are there in power right now, I mean, they've known that, but that is just the truth of the matter. Governance is not supposed to be attractive. It's supposed to be, you work for the people. You're working for the people, not for yourself, not for your family. But because we're Nigerians, because these guys are our politicians, these guys are people who they are the ones benefiting from the system. People that have no viable source of income that you cannot trace and say this is how you make your money. But because you came into politics overnight, you have blown and everything. You think that person will want to live the life of free money and go start. So they know that if that report is implemented, it's going to really affect them. And that is still the point. The few people who are our leaders, they would rather keep things going for themselves than the masses. The masses can suffer for all they care, but they are the ones that should be the ones who would rather be benefiting from what is going from the government and everything. But it shouldn't be so. So we really need. It's only going to be a miracle that can get this country up and running again. But that Oronsanya report is something that they should have. They're going to implement it. They should implement it holistically. They should implement not do one part and leave another part, or do one half and do something that should be done from the beginning to the end. If it's anything other than that, it's zero. Yeah.
That the president's victory is certain in 2027. Do you know? What do you think?
90% certain. 90% certain, because power of incumbency, it's there already. It's there for him already. Then secondly, INEC is also there for him. And then thirdly, we have the tribal sentiment is also there for him already. You know, he's going to play. People are going to play along. People are going to play into that card. You know, like our local. It's still going to be our local 2027. You know.
Are you sure? Are you sure? It might be different because no one is. I mean, everyone is feeling it. No one is enjoying it. I mean, food.
They are feeling it.
Electricity,
2027
everything.
now. 2027 now. The same politicians will come out and give them 5,000, and then they will still go and vote. Yeah, it's a circle. That's what this is. The thing is, you keep them poor so that you can make benefits off them. That is just that. You keep them poor. So at the election season, when government is doing something, they come and then they hail they are politicians. Hey, you know, a politician gives them 3,000, and then until we can correct that, we're still going to keep. Trust me, Baba. All these women that are crying, these market women and taxi drivers and danfo drivers that are complaining. 2027, if you bring an Igbo man and put him on that same ballot, and you bring a Bola Ahmed Tinubu or whatever person, trust me, they will still go for that person who they know is incompetent against the one that is competent, because it is a Nigerian thing. It is just a Nigerian thing. You know? So until we can change that, until we can start seeing ourselves as one people. No Igbo, no Hausa, no Guinea, no Igbo, no Hausa, no Fulani. See ourselves as one. And if we can start rewarding people who are, what's the word? We can start rewarding people who are not giving people miscreants. You know, not giving them that. If we start rewarding people who are really diligent, who have the words, who know what it is. If you can appoint those people, we can look at the votes for those people and forget about people who punishing us. But the election period comes, we give them 5,000, give us 5,000, give us bread, give us oil. Until that happens, there won't be no change. There won't be no change. We just keep going around and so trust me, 2027, don't be surprised. Tinubu will still get a high number of votes. Yes, I mean, it's Nigeria. And Nigeria we did now. Yeah. Money is going to play a part. Money play. Money always plays a part in our elections. So it's not going to change. And then look at the suffering. Suffering is really bad now. Trust me, 2027, you still come and give people 5,000. There are some people who have not seen 5,000 in months. And then you come and give them 5,000 and tell them, so yeah, the go from APC, Tika Bobby by this way you're going to press. You know, they will press and take that 5,000. So what are you saying? You know, it's sad.
Okay, now let's turn it around.
Okay.
What if the president decides to adjust or decides to take back everything he's done? Okay, let me say reverse. Let me use the word reverse. So many things he has done to favor the citizens. For instance, the price of fuel comes back to say around 500 naira for a liter. The borders are open. This band A, B, C, Z, everything, you know, goes back to normal, and then the food is cheap again, and all of these things. Proud to 2027, before the election, you know, and the president says, "Well, we are here to do all of this for you. We are and all of that." What do you think would happen in Nigeria? Because I know that the blacks, especially Nigerians, would quickly forget.
Yeah,
they quickly forget.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. They quickly forget. I mean, if that happens, then you can be very sure that it's going to be a walkover for him. I mean, it's going to be. He wouldn't even have to. He wouldn't even need to rig. He wouldn't even need to pay people like to vote for his party, vote for him. It's going to be just a walkover, because the number one issue Nigerians are going through right now is that the only benefit Nigerians benefits from the government. Nigerians have been benefiting from government since we discovered oil is that oil subsidy. We don't benefit subsidy in transportation. We don't benefit subsidy when it comes to feeding. We don't benefit subsidy in education. The only subsidy Nigerians benefit that cuts across the board is in petroleum. And now the one thing that Nigerians benefit from, we've come and taken it away from them. And now it's price of everything has skyrocketed. I left Nigeria in 2021. I was buying a bottle of Pet Coke for 150. I came back a few months ago. I'm buying that same bottle of Pet Coke for 400, 450. Almost 200% increase in less than 2 years. Where does that happen? You know, where does that happen? So, like you said, if he can wake up tomorrow and decide to reverse back his policies that are not working, especially reverse this subsidy of an issue, If you can, I mean, you remove subsidy, you floated the naira at the same time. Who does that? I mean, I don't know who gave him that. You know, who does that? Yeah, I mean, how can you move subsidy and then float naira at the same time? You want to kill the people? Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's the result we're seeing. A couple of weeks ago, some of the military generals, former heads of states, came out to release a statement, to do a press release about, and advise the president to, I actually thought that that was going to be a cue for him to know that, okay, these are guys who have not been seen in public for a while. These are guys who have not spoken on national issues for a while, and now they're coming out to speak. I, for one, thought that, okay, maybe there's about to be, and I was expecting His Excellency to make one or two certain things about his policies and October 1st speech. But, so it seems like this man, I don't know, they hear. Because people have spoken, people have advised, people have told him that this, but he seems he has his plan, he has his whatever, his thought mapped out, and he has his plan, so. But yeah, I don't know. But if he continue like this, we're in soup. The only thing that can happen if it's tomorrow he says, okay, I'm reversing back the subsidy, I'm returning back the subsidy. But we all know that's not going to happen. It's going to be, for him, it's going to be a political miscalculation, because that means, you cannot you brought about a policy and then you could not stand on it. That means you were not even very sure of yourself. That might affect him politically. If it was in sane countries whereby they follow such a political miscalculation can affect your chances of even winning the nomination for your party's ticket, because it shows that you're a weakened politician. This were your policies that you came out with, but because of the barrage of insults and whatever from people and what you rescinded on your so you should okay, he's a weak man, he's a weakling, and
but then let's even find out, is there a certain strategy that you think the PDP or the LP can put in place to win election before 2027? Because sometimes we hear major. We don't know what these guys are cooking, behind whatever. But I am asking, do you think there is a strategy whatsoever that these guys can put in place to oust this, administration?
There is a strategy. The first thing, merger, come back together. Second thing,
come back together.
Come back. I mean, the key players, they should come back and get their acts right. Second thing is election time, bumper to bumper, if everything, money for money. That's the thing. The federal as federal might is as the APC is using federal might. You gather yourself, also use whatever might you have to follow. Politics is not a smiling affair in Nigeria. It's a very dirty affair. And that's why Mr. Peter will be message. You could not come and you want to be president, you need to roll in the mud with these people. You need to fight dirty. You can't say this Nigeria. Nobody will give you presidency on a platter of gold. You need to be raw. You need to, so are you ready to play the game with them? You need to have your own people in power. You need to have your own people in INEC. You need to, if the federal government is bribing INEC 1 billion, you bribe INEC 10 billion. To follow them, and so that is the only way.
So it has to be, like you said, it has to be dirty. Bribery.
I didn't say bribery. I just say
no. It's what it is. This is a country. This is Nigeria, and we know what's sustainable here. That's what I'm saying. When you said fight dirty,
you have to, because if you go, then you think these people will give you power just like that. They are the ones in power. You want to get the power from them. You need to follow them bumper to bumper. You need to follow them. If they are doing A, you are doing C. And they are doing 1, you are doing 3. That's the only way. That's the only way. If not, you continue to be in opposition for another 8 years, even another 16 years again. So.
when you say it has to be bumper to bumper. I begin to imagine. I recall PDP primary. Is it PDP or APC primary? The last primary, right? That happened in Abuja. Was it PDP or APC? PDP. PDP. When a couple of persons stepped down,
I was at that convention. I was on that ground that day. If it was the PDP, I was there that day.
Was it PDP?
If it was the PDP you're talking about, I was at the convention ground that day.
I think it was dollar for dollar.
Yes, it was. I can categorically tell you that.
The way Wike was rolling out,
I can,
one would think Wike, and Wike would have won that election.
He would.
If not for this guy, what's his name? Tambuwa.
Stepping down. He would. I mean, let me tell you a brief story about that,
Okay.
that convention. That primaries. A night or 2 nights before the primaries in Abuja, you need to see the way Wike was in town. Wike's boys were in town. You need to see the brand new buses that were out in Abuja that came in for Wike. We all. I worked for Atiku during their primaries. I worked for Atiku. I must tell you that when I got to the convention ground on the day of the primaries, and when Wike came into the convention ground, when he came in with his team, you need to see the way the venue. You need to see the way the hall shook. I was sitting right in front of Kano delegates. This was my first shocker. All the 40, how many local governments, all the 40 Kinikon delegates that Kano had, all of them were putting on red Wike face caps. Wike had paid all of them.
Really?
All the Kano delegates, delegates is one per local government. Yeah, that's how they vote. All the 41 or 42 local governments, I don't remember, that were from Kano. I was sitting right in front of them, they were right behind me. All of them were putting on Wike red caps. Wike had paid all of them. That was my first shock. Because when I came to because my calculation was, Atiku Hausaman, he's going to have all his, that was, at least. But then when you see the people from the north, core north, Kano State, for Wike, that's when I knew that there was going to be a problem at this convention. So even if for Tambuwa stepping down, Atiku would have, and that is why Wike was very pained. He was pained because if Tambuwa had not stepped down for Atiku, Wike would have won that convention, that election, that primary is free. I mean, it was a tough one. I learned a lot from that convention. I mean, the way politics was played, it was an eye opener for me. So,
it was vote buying. Even APC, their convention.
Of course.
Look at the way they were doling out.
Of course, it was dollars.
Dollars.
Yeah, it was. So I mean, during that same time, so many things happened. I got to work for. I had this this lady I worked for. She was the PDP. She actually won the PDP senatorial ticket for Edo North. Her name is Mrs. Victoria Diojoma.
Okay.
Yeah, she won the PDP. But will you believe me that? This thing even happened that same night of the primaries because she was my principal, so she was my boss, and I was at the convention ground. My phone rings around 11 o'clock, and in the night we were counting the votes. Atiku was winning then, Meanwhile, I was in charge of the candidates from Anambra State at that convention. I was the one in charge of the candidate for their whatever logistics and everything. That was my job at that convention for Atiku. So then my phone rings and it's my boss, my madam, and then she called me and then I hear her crying on the phone. And then she goes, Chuka, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the convention ground. I've been expecting you. Where are you? Because you are a senatorial candidate, so you're supposed to be a delegate. But because Edo had issues, Edo they didn't have delegates at that convention because of the court order. They had so Edo did not have. So she, so she was like, Chuka, she's in Transcorp. I should come to Transcorp. And then I go to Transcorp to go and see her that night around 12. And then she comes, her eyes are red and swollen, and she's crying. And I'm like, distinguished, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And then she's like, because Oshomole just won his ticket the previous day for APC. And then she was like, the governor and then deputy governor, that's Obaseki and Shaibu, they just left her before she called me a couple of minutes ago, and they're telling her that she should drop the ticket, that she cannot fight Oshomole. Yeah. I was there through the whole process. She had to drop the ticket after like 2-3 days of activists. She was like, they paid her, they had to tell her, how much did you spend? She cannot. And then the guy that Oshomole won in APC, that won in the primaries, Senator, what's his name? So he now had to come to PDP, and then Baseki they now gave him the tickets to, So maybe if my boss if they had not taken, maybe she would have won. Who knows? Because there would have been with the super woman.
So she was actually forced to.
She was forced to drop the ticket. I was the whole
that
meeting,
night.
Not even that night. The next day, it was a long story. It's a very, very long story. The next day, they had to have a meeting at the governor's lodge in Abuja. And then she still could not. The woman was adamant. She was like, she's not going to drop it. And then Peter Obi was still in the PDP. He had not yet left.
Okay.
Yeah, after that primary, he was still in the PDP. And not yet. Or maybe he just, but he was still very fresh and everything. But then that night they were like, you need to drop this. You cannot fight Oshomole. You cannot battle Oshomole. And it was on a Monday because the primaries was on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, we could not do much. Me and her, we went to church. She even had to go to this church, this Jerry Eze. What God does not do does not exist. We had to go together. She was like, so at the moment we pray for her that please, so the governor of my state wants to take my ticket from me. Say pray for me and everything. But still on still. The next Monday was when we now had the meeting at the deputy governor's house in Wuye. That's where we had the meeting, and that is where they now had to force her to write an undertaking that she's dropping the ticket because of family, what, and this is this. And then we now have to go to the chairman's house, Ayu's house, and then they now have to go and tell Ayu, yeah, Excellency, this woman, she says she's no longer interested, but they don't twist my madam hand for 2-3 days. All eyes were red. You know, say politics is not something for the weak, and that's the point I'm trying to bring for this man called Peter Obi. You need to be president not for the weak. If you're not tough, if you're not strong, you cannot go. You cannot. Nigeria is not a country whereby you win by popular votes. You win by every means. Not be by because you are a fine, of course because you are the most brilliant. No. You need to be ready to follow them bumper to bumper. Follow these guys. If not, So yeah. That's
So I am just trying to say we're just trying to talk about how dirty politics can be in Nigeria. Money for money and all of that.
Yes,
but then would you say that Peter Obi did not do much? Would you say, like you're trying to say, he's too calm, he's too relaxed, he doesn't have this snatch it and run away with it kind of attitude?
He doesn't have to have it, but you have the people that have it. You don't have to be the one. You don't have to be the face. You have the people that do the work for you. You don't have to be the one to do. But the theory matter because they're not going to give it to you on a platter. That's the point I'm trying to make. So even if you win the whole election, you win everything, and you have INEC in your pocket. It's not INEC that will still look at what happened in Edo. Do you know that Edo, this election has given the APC more impetus, more, giving them more boldness. They're going to go to Ondo now. They're going to finish Ondo, and once they win Ondo, it's over for Osun State. Because they will come all out.
Okay.
They will come all out. So the way the country is going, if care is not taken, they're going to turn this country into a one-party state before 2027. Tinubu will become an.
No, some will tell you Ondo is a done deal for APC.
For the APC, I won't be surprised because look at it. Look at what happened in Edo. PDP was winning Edo cleanly and clearly. Where did that happen? Where did the magic happen? That night that magic happened.
Edo North, probably, like you said.
Yeah, that is where the magic happened. It was that night that everything went south. So it's only God that can save us in this country.
The former national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Mazi Oku, said something. He said that Tinubu, being a politician, is very adept in his political game and knows what to do to win his re-election bid. He knows what to do. Even when the masses are not happy, even when the citizens are not with you, but he is saying that this guy Tinubu knows what to do, to win the election. And some persons are marveled what he's saying. He knows what to do. How? He
knows what to do. Like 2023, he knew what to do. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised.
Don't forget that a lot of persons wanted Tinubu in 2023.
Yeah.
But in 2027, look, we've seen some of these things is done. So a couple of Nigerians are tired. No, this is not the way to go. So persons will tell you, well, he got 8 million votes, right? He might just get 4 million this time around.
Very possible, but then this man has the money. He can pay everybody. He can pay off or can buy off people. He has the money already. So the money is there. And now you have you had personal money before, now you're having federal money. It's going to, that's what I'm saying. The election is going to be, Nigerians, any election we have in this country is all about money. Money is a very key factor that determines who wins elections in this country. Because you're going to buy everything. You're going to buy the voters, you're going to buy the officials, you're going to buy the judiciary, you're going to buy the military, you're going to buy the police, you're going to buy everything. So the money is a key factor. This man has the money. So I don't really see him. I don't see him losing that election. I pray, we all hope, There's a solution can come before then. But if it's with the way things are going and things continue to go this way, and the way Nigerians are docile, and look at fuel price has gone up again. Nigerians will adapt and continue with life. I mean, we don't know how to react. We don't know how to get angry. We don't know how to, fuel price has gone up. Shouldn't we be out there like this? Man, you want to put Nigeria? People will just shock it in, and absorb it. Try and adapt, fuel has gone up, or it's going to affect feeding, it's going to affect, how do we manage it, how do we fit into the situation? And the cycle keeps continuing, and then it keeps recycling itself, and then it's
is that anyone who thinks Tinubu will lose the election is dreaming?
Yes,
dreaming, big time dreaming.
Yes, because it's him, Jagaban. Power of incumbency, like I'll say again, it's him, he's the president. He has all the apparatus of power in his hand. The only way that man is going to lose that election is if all the top, and I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly, I'm trying to think of, but I really don't see him. I really don't know how he's going to lose the election unless there is a proper strategy that is developed between all the opposing parties. They come together, then you bring out a ticket that is as formidable can be. Bring out a ticket that appeals to all the releases we have across Nigeria, so that at that point, maybe the only thing that Tinubu might have working for him is this money. But when it comes to religion, when it comes to ethnicity, when it comes to you've you've sorted that, you brought out the party candidates, a ticket that the average Nigerian can relate, that can relate to and say, okay, this is where we are going. So even if this is where we are going, that is the only time. But anything other than that, this man is still going to be in power.
I'm sure you're also aware that Rotimi Amechi has said, he's frustrated, with the way Nigerians, the general public, is so calm, cool, enjoying it, not saying a word in the face of severe economic hardship. He says, like he said in his word, he said, I am surprised Nigerians are not protesting against politicians. Everyone is so relaxed, raising the price of, fuel. Just within, in 2 months, right? Sorry? Yeah?
Yeah.
In 2 months, you've raised it how many times?
Yeah.
And so people are not talking. So Amechi is saying, what is really going on? Nigerians are supposed to be between yesterday and today, things supposed don't change. If not some other countries again. And somebody told me, he said this thing is heading towards 150 naira per liter. 1,500 naira for a liter.
I'll be surprised if it gets to 2,000 before the end of next year, a liter. Yeah, and then I'll be surprised dollar sells will go for 3,000 naira. Yeah, that's my projection. That's how I see it. That's my projection. So yeah, I see fuel selling for as much as 2,000 and dollar going for as much as 3,000. Well, as for Rotimi Amechi, where was he all this while? Why is he just coming out now? This mess we're in today started from Buhari's regime, and he was a minister under Buhari's administration. So where was he all this time? Why didn't he talk now? Why is it now he's talking? Okay, what does he want Nigerians to do? He should come out. He should be the one out there. Okay, maybe he should come up with Nigerians will follow him. Nigerians will back. Nigerians will be on the street, be in the forefront. Yeah, be in the forefront. Come and protest with us. Come out and protest with us. But you can only sit down in his mansion and say whatever.
He says Nigerians are not vocal. Do you think so?
Nigerians are vocal, but the issue is the government.
Like for this matter like this, Nigerians are not talking. They are relaxed. Always been vocal. Maybe another word is they are now scared. Because when you protest, fuel will increase. You protest, fuel will increase, and all of that.
Then they will arrest you, and then they will charge you to court for the treason. Look at those guys who were charged to court. So I was just before I came back from Abuja last week. I was in Area 1. I was going somewhere, and I saw on under the bridge one of these posters, and on the poster it was written, "Protest is a crime." How did they write that thing? Protest is a crime. It is bad for the development of a country. I looked at that. I looked for whether I'll see the sponsor's name and number, so I'll know where to start from. Boy, I did not see it. Just imagine someone saying
protest is a crime.
It was on the Area 1 bridge there in Abuja. They pasted it on the pillars. Protest is a crime. Do not protest. That is the crime. It's not good for the development of. But this same man that is in power was chief protester in 2012 against. But now you don't want people to protest. What kind of nonsense is that? I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? That poster alone, I was like, what? They are silent. They are slowly, making Nigerians to be. They're slowly tying everybody, keeping everybody, so nobody can. The highest you can talk is on social media, on Twitter. That's what the highest you can shout. But then come out and protest. Nobody wants to get shot. Nobody wants to, unless the only thing that can happen is if an organic protest erupts, like NSAS, unplanned. But any protest, because any protest that is planned, they say, if we give dates, clinic on dates, we are going to protest. All the show, nonsense show.
Let's gather here.
No. Just know that before that date, it's already dead on arrival. So the other protest that's going to work in Nigeria is going to be organic. It's going to be spontaneous. It's just going to be like at the Arab Spring, that happened spontaneously without. Any other thing other than that, so Amechi should just enjoy his whatever wealth that he has and just leave Nigerians. We've shouted, we've complained enough and nothing. We will keep complaining. The thing is, any government that is willing to listen to the people would have listened, would have listened and made proactive measures and probably reverse some of the policies that I had. But till today, yes, I mean, since that's not happening, I don't see that happening anytime soon. So I wish he just leave Nigerians, keep his advice to himself and enjoy himself and allow Nigerians to just face what they are facing. Yeah, because, yeah.
I love to quote people. I want to quote Amechi, and this is what he said. He said, I am angry with the citizens. I have said it several times. You can see a group of people stealing your money, impoverishing you. You cannot buy fuel and you cannot buy anything. That's what he said. You can see them stealing your money. You can't go out and do the needful. I mean, do you look at that as probably instigating, from his own end? If he come face and ball, asking Nigerians to face. That's what some persons are saying. What do you think? Do you think so?
He gave, but there's no solution. So what was the solution? Did he provide any solution for Nigerians?
He's saying we should stand up and speak. Stand up to your right in Nigeria.
We've been doing that. Have we not been doing that? All the protests that happen in this country, it's not like Nigerians trying to stand up from their right from NSAS, end bad governance, Nigeria. But then what happens after? So what happens after? I mean, so is it that he does not know that Nigerians have been protesting? This is not the first time. We've been protesting and we protested even just last October 1st. So what is he saying? What is it? He's just being mischievous. He just wants to trend. Apparently, maybe I don't know. Maybe he has seen that his Wike is having issues, so he wants to also come out and.
Okay. Now let's look at it critically. Some persons have come out to say it's because the reason why all of this protest now, not the whole water, because the Igbos are not participating. Otherwise, a whole lot of things would have changed by now. They will remain for that street. And now Igbo man they buy pure water for for protest ground. Now Igbo man they distribute granuts give people and food and just buy, and so everyone wants to stay on the street and protest. But now nobody is anywhere. By the time they shoot one gun or gather you, they tell you everybody go to Ojota or K2 and that's it. You concur with that?
Elections have consequences, yeah, and this election. How am I going to say this? How am I going to say this so that Nigerians can understand what I'm trying to say? Elections have consequences. Electing the APC back into power after a disastrous 8 years of President Buhari was a big insult to a lot of Nigerian sensibilities. Nigerians who voted for other parties who voted for candidates like Peter Obi, who voted for candidates like Atiku. And then other Nigerians who need to come and reinforce another 8 years of failure by bringing back the APC and Tinubu. A lot of people, like someone like me, I'm very indifferent right now to happenings around the country. I believe Nigerians will learn by force. So when we see people crying and then you see people who voted for these people in power, I see them on Twitter every day. Some of them who were as of yesterday, I've started seeing some big names on Twitter who are key supporters of this president who have started, coming out to say, it's not like this, but we Nigerians will learn by force so that next time when the next election comes, we'll put sentiments apart. We will drop sentiments. We will drop ethnic, whatever. We will drop religious sentiments, and then we will vote for competence until that starts to happen. Until that starts to happen. So the Igbo man is now. The Igbo man is like, okay, yeah, like you said, the Igbos have said they're not going to get involved in any protest again. If anything happens, we don't want to protest. So yeah, you people that is your brother is in power, go and protest. Go and protest. Go and do the protest. Everybody will learn by force. So maybe by that time, when people get tired, when they get choked, when the matter has choked them, has gotten to their, we will know, like, maybe that is when we will now know that, okay, we've reached the point whereby there's no going back. There has to be. But on to that, I support the fact that Igbos are not getting involved in, so that they won't start labeling and saying, oh, it's the IPOB people, the Igbos, they are the ones they are instigating, they want to burn out the country. So anything that will happen,
but you should understand that to change the narrative, we all Nigerians must come together. Whether you're Hausa or Igbo or Yoruba, you must come together to fight this thing. Definitely. And now that some part of Nigerians, I mean, some really region. Let me use the region, are stepping back or have stepped back from this war. I mean, it means there is no go area now. No way. I mean, nothing's going to happen.
2023 elections came with lots of mistakes. This is part of the mistakes. These are part of the issues that we're going to deal with. The whole tribe has decided to extract themselves away from the political happenings. It goes to show that. I mean, it goes to show that. It just goes to show that it's going to be difficult to get the same people back on your side again. Because these are people that told you they came out for 2023. I didn't support Peter Obi, but everybody knew out of all the three people, we had two better options. I wish they were in one party, to have been easier. But then you still see two better options that you could have gone with, but then you still go to reinforce failure. No, if that's the case, then if that's the case, let everybody just. So I really support you. Like when I entered the cab some time ago from the airport, and I was going home, and then the cabman, the Yoruba man, was really lamenting and complaining and commenting. And I just asked him, Baba, who did you vote for Tale Digbo from last election? It's like Tinubu. Of course, obviously I knew. I mean, because you just know. I'm like, Baba Tale Digbo from next election. He was quiet for a while, And then I was like, he didn't say anything. And then I brought it up. I was like, well, what if Atiku comes out and Tinubu, who you vote for? He still mentioned Tinubu's name again. I'm like, okay. I was like, what if Peter Obi comes out and so it's Peter Obi and then Tinubu on the tickets? Who will you vote for? He still mentioned Tinubu's name. That's when I just knew that, okay, man, bro. I mean, we're never getting out of this mess that we're in with these people, these kind of people that we have, and these are the voters. These are the organic voters. These are people that would go and stand in the queue for hours and vote, but they still have this mentality because it's still your brother that is there. That means we're not getting out of this mess anytime soon.
Let's talk to Nigerians at this point in time. Let's get Nigerians involved. Wherever you are, you can call me, okay? Yeah, or send me a message on WhatsApp. Just send me a WhatsApp message if you want to send a message. 081 717 56338 is a WhatsApp number. I'll take it again. 081 717 56338. To call in now, just use the number 0700 903 903 903. That's the number 0700 903 903 903. Some persons were saying the best form of protest. Rather, I wanted to just chip that in. That the best way to protest right now is like the one that happened in the southeast. Everybody should sit at home. But Nigerians sit at home. This will not be southeast though. I don't know what you think, but then we'll get to that. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be part of the show this beautiful afternoon. But before I start taking your calls, hey everyone, let's go on a very short break. Let me go pay some bills just briefly, quickly, and I'll be right back. My name is Jude, and this is Matters.
Jendol Annual Debate Championship is back, and it's bigger than ever. Get ready to showcase your eloquence and compete with the best debaters in the Lagos State Public Senior Secondary Schools for a chance to win $500,000 for yourself, 100,000 naira cash for your teacher, and other amazing prizes for your school. Let your school administrator register you for the 2024 edition of the Jendol Annual Debate Championship for free today. To register your school and your top 3 students, visit www.jendoldebatechampionship.com. Send a 2-minute video of each of your students proposing or opposing the motion. Remote work is more productive than on-site work in a megacity like Lagos. Registration opens on Monday, 9th September 2024 and closes on Wednesday, 9th October 2024. For more details, see posters and flyers available at Jendol Superstores located around Alimosho, Ifako Ijaye, Agege, Ikeja, and Ikorodu local government areas. The Jendol Annual Debate Championship is proudly sponsored by Jendol Superstores. Shop with a smile.
It is time for you to move forward. There is a reason for which God put you where you are. You need to find it so that you can live a life of impact.
It's something new on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
Today is your day of freedom. Today is your day of deliverance.
It's Moving Forward with Pastor Sarah, a 15-minute teaching of God's Word by Pastor Sarah Omako, Senior Pastor of Family Worship Center. The world is filled with bad news, fear, and anxiety, but God's timeless Word brings good news of hope and victory.
If God says you can, you can. If God says you can move, you can move. If God says you will make it, you will make it. Nobody can stop you.
Join Pastor Sarah Omako on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos, and learn how to win in life using God's Word every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:15 p.m. Moving Forward with Pastor Sarah on the station.
Now the wait is over. The answer is here. The big question on everybody's lips will be answered come 20th October 2024. MC Chooks Live. Why I am not married.
When will you marry? When will you marry?
The question on why MC Chooks is not married will be answered on the 20th of October 2024.
Venue, Life Event Center, Okota, Isolo, Lagos.
Performing alongside MC Chooks is MC Passion,
Koloman,
ATM,
Elder O,
Ball Joint,
Dr. Walkie Talkie,
Dr. Buntu,
MOG Akpos,
Baba Di Baba,
Benjidijo,
Chimaraf,
Osho Shot,
Honey Tongue,
Open Teeth,
Shakira Bobo, MC Laz, and a host of others.
Musical performances by Kenzie the African Boy and Zidane Paparella.
MC Chooks Live. Why I am not married. Save the date, make a plan, and come get answers to the question of the century on October the 20th, 2024.
Tickets available at Commander Mother Care, opposite Arena Market, Oshodi. For more inquiries, call 090-1698-5929. Red carpet, 4 p.m. Main show, 5 p.m.
He who has a mouth, let him come and laugh.
Be there.
That glory, O Israel, is slammed upon high places. How are the mighty falling? Tell it not in Gath. Publish it not in the streets of Ashkelon. Let the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, and let the daughters of the circumcised exult. Mr. Speaker, it is a pitiable, dismal pisma. It is regrettably lugubrious that in a country that is so blessed with human resources, in a country that is blessed, with oil, because of the mismanagement, because of the high-handedness, because of the meningistinal statism, and because of the directionlessness, because of the consciencelessness, because of the purposelessness, and because of the planlessness that greeted the oil sector, a vast majority of Nigerians still continue to vacillate between exorbitant enthusiasm and irrational irritability, while a microscopic few that have piloted the affairs of this nation live in Byzantine luxury and proprietary solicitude. Mr. Speaker, today I am happy I'm a Nigerian. Today I am happy I'm a member of the House of Representatives, because like I've always said, and this motion has demonstrated for the often time, that Parliament must be an instrument and vehicle of social engineering. Parliament must remain the constant morums of the people, having superintendents over umbrages, contrast bonus more. Mr. Speaker, I am in perfect simulacrum with the prayers of this motion. And this is my humble logomaki, and the logomaki I made without logo passion.
Logo Apasha. Welcome everyone. It's Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Jude Ikami Jude, and I'm just right here. Hey, the program is Matters, okay? Yeah, and I'm here with my guest Chuka Adewale Chukudile. All right, we're discussing. We're talking about the affairs of the nation. As we look forward to 2027 election. Okay, right. Time now to open up the studio lines. Like I said, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. And then WhatsApp 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Keep your comments very, very civil. That is, mind what you see on the national radio. Just about 60 seconds for everyone, okay? And then if you want to call me before you start calling, move away from your radio set or turn down the volume to avoid that noise, okay? Yeah, and be audible. Thank you so very much. Let's get straight to the phone lines. Thank you so much. Let's go. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Judy.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, sir. Hi, today.
Fine. What's your name and where you calling from?
Oh, I'm Felix, calling from Medina.
Okay.
So I'm talking about this Nigeria. We protest for fuel increase. From August 1st to today, there has been series of increments in fuel, and nobody said anything. The protest they did then become treason offense. Then, this particular government we are in, they want all Nigerians to die before they do a change. During the time of Jonathan, we protested for fuel. Jonathan reduced the price of fuel. Instead of this present government to reduce price of fuel, they increase every day. Like yesterday, we are buying fuel. Before you know it, the fuel increase. Then how long can we belong to this kind of society? Two, is there nobody again in Nigeria? I remember when we voted, I think it was go protest. 1977 or 78, thereabout. The government said I think was go to the government before the students go down. Then Jonathan period, when we protested for fuel, he stepped down. For this government, there's no amount of protest that Nigeria can do. And the funny thing, if we are doing protest, if they say there's protest, you see people going to work, see people going to their business, you look as if people who call for protest, they are wasting time. Or they are not Nigerians again. That is why this government have right to ride us as they like.
Thank you.
Nigeria cannot come out and stand up for their right and say if it take us 2 months, take us 1 week to make sure we ratify this fuel issue and ratify hunger in Nigeria, then we are not going anywhere. That's why I'm calling this up.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. I appreciate you seriously. And then, don't worry, I'll be taking messages alongside. Okay, we'll just put it all together. Someone is saying, Emeka from Fesak is saying that all these issues happening across the country are the result of grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. That's what he's saying. Nadia, everything starts. Okay, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon. Great.
Jude. Jude.
I can hear you. Good afternoon.
I'm always having issues with petroleum. And as I'm talking to you now, I'm in a mobile filling station. We queue there for almost now 2 hours. And then when it gets to my turn, they say, oh, we have changed price.
Whoa.
996 to 1,050 naira, Pedro Bariga. So, look, Mr. I don't know, NNPC or Mr. President, or Minister, I don't know what they are calling with the PMS. I don't know what's the problem. Judy, I want to ask you this question. Assuming there is no PMS or crude in Nigeria, so Nigeria will die? I want to know this question. You get the question right. Assuming we don't have anything like fuel or crude oil in Nigeria, so the full activities of Nigeria, the government, cannot function again. What is actually why federal government so much based their heart on PMS in Nigeria? Why? Why is it like that? Tomorrow you hear different thing altogether. Oh, Dangote told us the exchange price. Oh, and NPC will tell you, no, we don't want to go with them again. Oh, the dealers will say we want to buy direct. Look, all these things are fallacies, big fallacies. This president knows what he's trolling. He's trolling with Nigerians. He should stop trolling with Nigerians. Let's be able to stop trolling with Nigerians. We are dying. We are dying. Nigeria is aching.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Let's go here. Let's take your call. Good afternoon to you this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Ikamijide.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is C2 calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone. How are you?
Great. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Jide. You're doing a good job. I just want to relay something to your guest. I want him to ask her this question, if you don't mind. Would he actually beat him chest and say that Tinubu won 2023 election? Would he do that? Would he beat his chest and say that truly that Tinubu won 2023 election?
I will ask him that.
That's one. Two. Yes, ask him that question.
I will ask him.
Two. Peter Obi will not go that low, despite that we know that is what is going to happen. He's contradicting himself. I want him, when he finished, to go back and listen to this what he came here to say. He is contradicting himself, young man. You said that you don't support Peter Obi, but in two candidates, there must be a good one among them. That is two. Three, you said that if they can pay INEC 1 billion, Peter Obi can pay about 10 billion. He made a quotation of, you should follow bomber to bomber. Peter Obi, we know that means we don't have no more democracy in the country. That is what it is. Everybody can do whatever they want. INEC can see who won election and say, oh, let's put that person by the side and give the other person the result. Is he know what he's trying to tell us he's coming here to tell us?
Okay,
that is exactly what he's telling us.
Let me ask him. Thank you so very much.
Yes. And Ikamijide, before I drop, when they say Igbo people are not protesting, let me make it clear. Igbo people is ready to protest, to make this protest, to change everything that is happening today, so that fuel can come down. But go back and listen to Okuta panel. There is one video that is going rampant now. Millions of people are viewing it. They were asking this man, can you tell us that it is Igbo coup? This man is still struggling. These are the things making people don't want to come out. This man, they ask him, what about Buhari coup? Can he say it's not a coup? He said no. But what are this one that is not working? He said it's Igbo coup. What about the man from Benue own? He said, oh no, it's not a coup. But you are tagging this one Igbo coup. These are the things Nigerians are hiding for Nigerians, and we are here to bring it out. This hypocrisy and wickedness against Igbo people, this generation will stop it.
All right.
We will stop it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, C2. I want to just ask. Okay, let me just ask you one question. All right. As regards what he said, a whole lot of persons are saying, who won the 2023 general elections?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the 2023 general elections.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, who did INEC declare as the winner? I mean, that's who won. Or who won? Who did INEC declare? I'm asking you, Jude. Who won 2023 elections? Who was declared winner? When it comes to definition of winner is who won? The person that was declared the winner is the person who won. Nobody wants to know how did the person win. Did he win by crook or by clean or whatever? But what we're saying, who won the election? Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the election.
Okay, yeah, but I'm also sure that you had this statement, stolen mandate. stolen mandate. Atiku says his mandate was stolen. Peter Obi said his mandate was stolen and all of that. So, I mean, maybe that's where he's talking from.
Possibly, but then...
Okay, maybe I should have asked, who actually, in your opinion, won the election? Maybe I should rephrase it. Not the person, it's not about, let's not bring in INEC here now. Looking at it vividly, like, okay, you dey Nigeria, you see the way the election take place, you see how everywhere everything be, they snatch it and run away with it, I no go give shishi or Atiku and all of that. Just let us know, in your opinion, who actually won the election?
This question you're asking me, if it gets the question B. In my opinion, number one, I was not even in the country during the election, but I know I followed it. I followed everything vividly. Who came second? Alhaji Atiku Abubakar came second. If anybody is going to complain about his mandate being stolen, it's going to be the person that came second. I mean, that is how it works. Not the person who came third, not the person who came fourth. At least there must be a first, second. So you can't jump from the first and come to the third. So if anybody,
it happened though. It happened somewhere in the east, though.
In Imo State.
Right?
So that was a court judgment that actually.
Not the same thing with the talk.
That was the court judgment that gave that one, that made him that gave him the. But this one as we have
the arrangement is allegedly now that they planned that a certain party will come third. So you won't have the basis, the strength, the enthusiasm to want to say, no, I won this election. So they practically keep that party, far behind. So that was what played out.
Allegedly.
And no. So that's what they say. When could they talk about?
Well said. Well said.
Okay. The situation in Nigeria, according to someone, he said, is pathetic. We should not be suffering unjustly. The price of petroleum products should be, reduced to the barest minimum for people to have good means of livelihood. After all, Nigeria is an oil-producing country. The leadership of the country and the entire states of Nigeria should do the needful in avoiding unnecessary chaos. The political rivalries in the country ought to be swept under the carpet. Let's make Nigeria a livable place. Emeka Hidrika from Aja sent that message. Okay, let me talk to this person. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Germany.
Welcome. Is that Mazi?
Mazi from Germany, yeah.
Welcome.
Jude, Jude. How are you doing?
That's my name. Call me my name.
Beautiful name.
Thank you.
Beautiful name. Yeah, my regards to your guest. You know one thing about we black people, both educated and uneducated, we are dishonest people. And that is why in the whole sub-Saharan Africa, there is no development, there is no progressive, there is nothing. We are even worse off now than 50 years ago because every black man, sub-Saharan Africans, we are dishonest. Let me tell you about what happened last year. Was not an election. It was anybody who's telling that there was election in Nigeria last year honestly doesn't want Nigeria to progress. But anyway, that is how Nigeria is progressed. Programmed to work. And any Igbo man who is telling you that he is going to win election in another 50 years in Nigeria, that Igbo man is delusional. Because Nigeria is programmed not allow any Igbo man to rule Igbo in Nigeria. Whether Peter Obi comes in 2027 or somebody better than Peter Obi comes 2027, Igbo man shall never rule Nigeria. That is the doctrine. Anybody telling you otherwise is delusional. Now we come to what you call fuel scarcity in Nigeria. Here I live. I've been here 34 years. I have never witnessed one single day of fuel scarcity in this country. And Germany has no single oil well here. No single. Any oil that comes here is imported in Germany here. But there's no oil or there's no scarcity. Do you know that if there's any increment in fuel price here, sometimes it's 10 cents. Sometimes it go up 10 cents, it comes down 5 cents. I've never witnessed a little fuel, increment of 50 cents in this country. Even during the COVID, the beginning of with Russia-Ukraine war, it was 20 cents, and people went berserk. So do you know, because what is happening in Nigeria? Because Nigeria is not it's a mere geographical expression. Because if Nigeria was a country of let's say a homogeneous country, or a country that has at least 70% of one people with one value system, this rubbish wouldn't have been going like this.
It's okay.
Because they know that Nigeria is, for example, if Igbos want to demonstrate today, Yorubas will never allow it to happen, because they will tell you it is a Yoruba local. Nigeria, until we sit down
and
renegotiate Nigeria, it shall continue like this.
Thank you, Master.
Good night. I'll come back from here. Bye-bye.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. And someone is saying Rotimi Ameti is just making mockery of the poor Nigerians. It's part of the problems we are facing in this country. Will Nigeria ever get better again? That's what he's asking. Stephen, he married. Thank you so much. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello. It's Tony Chukwode. My greetings to your guest.
Where you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from UK.
All right.
It seems I was listening to him. I was hearing INEC voice in him, and at the same time, I was hearing a kind of what's the other voice that I will call? I mean, the judicial voice in him.
No, Wiki.
I mean this. So yeah, you just asked him a question now. He doesn't want to answer that question. I know he right inside he's a quiet chamber in him. He knows the answer, but he cannot say it on a public radio. Okay? So that's one. Secondly, is that he said Tinubu, a great politician. Look, all these things, when you have somebody that helped you to come up on a certain thing, Buhari was there, APC were in government, so there are chances such a thing will happen. Let us throw it on a plain ground, and let us see whether Tinubu will win. That's the question. It's not about that somebody has everything. Okay, I understand what he was saying. That Tinubu has everything now as an incumbent. Okay, that the fact that there. But what happened 2023 was that, like every other person is asking, was that an election? No. And Mr. Amechi that is talking, is he not the one? The same thing that is happening in Rivers, that Wike helped Tinubu to win. Is it not the same thing Amechi did? And he's telling Nigerians to go and demonstrate. Why he's somewhere, I always look at him, he looks fresh. Why can't he come out and then, just like your guest said, be in the forefront? And every other person will follow. But he was in his own comfort telling Nigerians, the common people who are already suffering, who are already dying, to come out and die complete, so that we leave enough space for them. Maybe the mansion that he's living in, the space is not enough. So let him come out, because he used the money of the Rivers to sponsor the election of the former president.
Thank you.
And the same thing Wike did. So who won the election in Rivers?
All right.
Am I the one? Is on the news there that Labour won it.
Thank you. I have to let you go now, okay? Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Someone said a bad system doesn't appear wrong, you know. A bad system doesn't appear wrong to those who benefit from it. They do everything to defend it to the detriment of a larger society. Let me talk to you. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Judith. How are you doing?
A very good afternoon to you, sire.
Nice to talk to you. My name is Ola Dewale.
Welcome.
And I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
With your guest, I mean, on your platform, I think I sent most of the questions. Basically, I want him answered, but I'm not going to probably go on his route. But I will say this. Yes, indeed, Nigerians really in dire need of leadership. But unfortunately, they never got it. And this has been too long. And in my opinion, I think most of the so-called leaders should be at Kirikiri for real. And Nigerians throw away the key to the lagoon. Because the Almighty gave this beautiful country to be led, and everything is beautiful, but unfortunately, our leaders made a mess of the whole thing. And the bottom line is they are those, they just shut down. They are tuned out at this moment, particularly when Nigerians needed them, including those in representing. I kind of wonder, this is my question to Nigerians, because I know solutions at this point where things are so terribly bad, solutions is at their fingertips. But would they use this opportunity they have to yank these people out? That is the question.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate you, sir. Okay, now let me get to read some messages quickly. Ikuku from Jakande is saying something. He said, "Hear me well. Tinubu cannot and will not get there in 2027 again. And fuel is going to hit 2K per liter by December. Watch out." That one's strong, go. All right, Fawaz Shitu called from Abuja. Said Tinubu will always be the best president. Nothing is wrong with what's he trying to say with this country. God bless us all. Amen. It's okay. That's quite rhetorical though. What you guys are saying this afternoon is very, very what now? What are you trying to say? Let's look at it quickly first. But then, hey, good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon. Can be Jude.
60 seconds, please. What is your name and where you calling from?
Okay, my name is Bina. I'm calling from Puerto Rico.
Welcome.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
All right, let's go.
I think what your guest is saying is so embarrassing about, coming up to the station saying that we have to. If somebody like Tinubu give a bribe of 10 million or 1 million to INEC, then P2B can give 10 million. We know, or 20 million or more than that, but we know that we are trying to move this country forward. We are trying to move our country forward. How can you come up on the radio station and be saying such a thing? It's so really embarrassing.
That is his opinion. Let's hear your opinion.
That's his opinion, but he's not supposed to be saying it because it's like we are promoting this evil, all this evil that is happening in Nigeria. Let us vote for the best candidate, no matter the tribe.
Okay.
Even during that election or primary election, if had it been that any Igbo guy came out as presidential candidate of APC, do you know that the Igbos will not vote for maybe what's his name, Umai, or this guy, the former governor of Imo State, that Rochas? They won't vote for him because they know that he's not going to do anything for Nigeria. So let us try and stop all this corruption and let us advise the people to do the right thing.
Appreciate you. Thank you so very much.
I can't vote. If the guest is contesting for election, I can't vote for him because he's going to do like them as well.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Appreciate you. Okay, a lecturer, I'm lecturer James from Songo Tollgate. He said, if no one can remove the president come 2027, a point of correction, people can remove him due to democracy being government of the people. But if no one stops him in 2027, then we need not a prophet to tell us that we just waste our time, strength and effort, voting. Our votes don't count, and we aren't practicing democracy, but aristocracy or mufti military rule. What are you trying to say? It's okay. Can I give you 30 seconds to talk to us? Good afternoon to you.
Mr. Jude.
Yes. 30 seconds, if possible.
This is Daniel from Sweden, Stockholm.
Welcome.
Jude, people are looking for solution. That's your brother there sitting with you. He's a good guy. He said his mind. No problem. We are not going to hate him for that. You know how Nigerians used to bring foreign coaches to coach the Green Eagles? You understand?
Okay.
If they believe that man nobody can remove him, he's a jagaban, he can do whatever. Let us bring a foreign government to come and rule Nigeria for 25 years. Conduct elections, all those strategic things. Let them construct it. Let us see whether Nigeria will.
Thank you so very much.
We should bring China back.
Right.
We should get China to come
I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. This person is saying, well, I can reason with your guest, with his perception, though bitter truth, but it remains a fact. As far as I'm concerned, I will say Alhaji Atiku Abubakar share 70% of the blame, while the party PDP and other party bigwigs collectively 30% of fault. Now, it isn't that many of Tinubu's followers are still intact, but the fact that he is already at the saddle of power, he will ensure his second term 2027 is a reality by the power of incumbency. Lukman from Apapa sent that message. Peter Obi should leave Labour Party and go back to PDP and collaborate with Atiku. Then if Atiku Obi wins after 8 years, Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati can contest and win. By then, imagine Nigeria by then after 16 years under the watch of Peter Obi and Dati. You dey feel me? Now so in talk. Nunes from Mushin. Because of our time, we have to go. Jesus Christ, too many messages, everyone. He reached like 4,000 messages. Hey, I have to go. Take your time now. Is 2:59. 2:59 already. We have to run. We have to run. Okay, so everyone, no, I want to use it, that's why. Okay, everyone, my name is Jude on social media. Just check me out. Ikami Jude, IKAMIJUDEH. Okay, IKAMIJUDEH. I think from now I should be inviting people to celebrate with me on the 26th of this month. It happens to be my birthday. Yeah. Okay, the man will get Yoruba and Igbo name. Just 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. So for some of the callers that called, I understood their perceptions and I totally understood their bias and everything. But what I just want to say is this: elections in Nigeria. Yes, the caller that called ourselves, we're trying to want a better Nigeria and everything. Everybody wants a better Nigeria, but the truth of the matter, we need to look at the reality on ground right now. The reality on ground is this is the way it is. You cannot get heaven overnight. You cannot get a perfect country overnight. The truth of the matter is politics in Nigeria is very dirty. If you don't play dirty like them, you're not going to get into power.
Thank you so very much. Chidi Okpara, thank you so very much. I'm out of here. My name is Jude. Ikame Jude. Good afternoon to you.
Please note, the views and